Hi everyone, I hope you are having a good week so far. First of all, before I start the main part of the video, I just wanted to say a huge thank you for all of the orders that I've been receiving the past week or two.
I'm really grateful for all of the orders that have come in, whether it was a big order or you just placed like an order for one sticker. I am just so happy and super grateful for everything and everyone that has placed an order, but I'm just like blown away by the fact that I did get some really big orders. And by big, I mean like over $100, maybe nearing $200. It's a rarity that I get orders like that, let alone orders that come close to $50. So whenever that happens, I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. And it makes me want to like cry with joy on the inside. But I've actually been fortunate enough to receive 4 big orders in the past quarter. So I'm just I feel so blessed, and it makes my heart really happy. And I know that there are some of you that found me through YouTube and have placed an order as well. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I just wanted to express my gratitude for that. The money essentially allows me to continue doing what I'm doing as far as buying supplies and continuing the business, just making more products in the future, and hopefully scaling and growing the business so that it can become a full-time gig for me, because that is my dream goal. So again, thank you so much. I could not have done this without you guys. But also, I have some other great news to share. I am going to be adopting a pigeon. So I'm so excited. I had submitted an application to the Great Lakes Pigeon Rescue, which is based in Chicago, Illinois, maybe a month ago, November 25th. Don't ask why I remember the exact date, but I did put in an application for them. They do ship out their pigeons anywhere in the United States, so that's why I applied there. And I didn't think that there were any rescues in New York City or like around the area, but it turns out I put in a message on a pigeon help Facebook page called the Palomacy Help Group. I think it's something like that. And it turns out there's a lot of rescuers in like the tri-state area in the Northeast region. So I was pleasantly surprised by that. And yeah, there are a lot of pigeons closer to me, closer to home, that need a warm, comfortable, loving home. So I'm just really happy that I was able to connect with a rescuer. Actually, I felt so terrible because a couple other rescuers messaged me for the birds that they have that need a loving home, and I'm just like, I wish I could take all of you guys. Like, they sound and look so sweet. They even sent me videos of them playing and like bathing, and I have to choose one. So it was like heartbreaking for me to like have to say no. I'm like, I'm so sorry, I can't take your pigeon. I already spoke to this one rescuer and stuff. But nevertheless, I am taking home a little girl. I should be meeting with the rescuer, and she's going to come over and deliver the young female pigeon to me next Monday. We're meeting by like a Petco, and that's also what is like really crazy, because this particular rescuer does not charge a fee for adoption, and they also are willing to travel a reasonable distance within the Northeast region just to deliver the pigeon and make sure that they go to a good home. So like this person is gonna be traveling nearly 2 hours to come over here. So I am super excited, really thankful that they are, they love pigeons and they rescue them and are willing to do all of this to make sure that they do go to a forever home. So I just really hope that I can give everything that the little pigeon needs, and obviously more. So it's crunch time this week. It's Wednesday. I'm filming very late. I know I usually post videos on Thursday, so I have been like going back and forth. This actually happened yesterday, so I wasn't able to film. But anyway, I have some things ready. I already have some supplies for the pigeon, but the cage hasn't come in yet. I ordered it like last week and it said it's not going to arrive until this Friday. So that's why I kind of said it might be a good idea for us, for the rescuer and I, to meet next week, because everything should be coming this week and I need to make sure that I have everything ready, including the carrier, which is supposed to arrive on Saturday. But I do have some purchase already. I have this air filter. I got the Blue Air Pure 511. I don't remember the square footage that it can clean. It says 180 square feet, but I think it actually can clean more, but it's just like at a slower pace. I also have this box that I was going to recycle, but then I actually made plans to adopt one of the rescuer's pigeons. I'm glad I didn't recycle this because this could be a good nesting box, especially since it's gonna be a girl. And I was cutting some thank you cards yesterday, and these were the scraps, and I decided to keep them because I think they would be good like nesting / foraging material. I'm just gonna, like, I don't know, curl some stuff up so there's a little bit more of a visual variety there. And then I also bought this cleaning supply. It's called Poop Off Bird Poop Remover. People were talking about this, saying that this will remove bird poop no matter what surface it's on. So these are 2 perches. They have the washers here, so they're gonna attach to the wall of the cage. This comes in 2. I'm supposed to get another perch, actually maybe 2 flat perches coming. These are kind of like narrow, so I'm hoping the other ones are bigger or like slightly deeper / wider. I'm also waiting on the food bowls that are coming. I ordered like a pair of stainless steel food bowls, some toys. There's still quite a bit of things that are like on the way that are missing. Big one being the cage. I just hope that there are no delays so that I can get the pigeon, get her on Monday, and have everything she needs by then. I also ordered a UVB light, and that's really important for them to synthesize vitamin D. And I'm going to be getting the food at PetSmart, I think this Friday. I'm just gonna go there in person, so there should be no issues with that. I was asking the rescuer a bunch of questions, like what she feeds them, supplements, if she provides them any. I think I still have a couple more questions to ask as far as like the vet visits go and stuff, and more about her health information, but I'm so excited. I can't believe that I'm going to be picking up my pigeon next week. Super excited. Hi again. I thought I would spend this week talking about the different supplies that I use to make different products. I'm sure there are videos that I made in the past that are now outdated, so I figured I could spend this week talking about a refreshed list of the things that I currently use for my business. So for my printers, I currently have 2, but I pretty much use 1 nowadays only. My first printer that I ever had since starting in 2020 was my Canon Pixma IP8720. Now it still runs perfectly fine, but it is a dye-based printer. So what that means is the colors, the ink can bleed and can run when exposed to water. You do have to pair it with something like a weatherproof or water-resistant sticker paper if you're making stickers, but over time the ink will still bleed and run over time if it's exposed to water. So that's just something to keep in mind. The newest printer that I got, which is now like a couple months old, is another Canon printer, but it is an ink tank and it is pigment ink. So unlike dye ink, the pigment ink is more resistant to water and also apparently more resistant to fading. So that's really good. That new printer is called Canon Maxify GX5020, and I will attach a link to the video of my unboxing of that printer. I really do like it. I have printed so much
much off of it. So many sticker sheets, as well as notepads. Notepads really eat up the ink very fast. When I was using the Pixma IP8720, I felt like I needed to constantly get more ink and refill, but this one is not even halfway. The ink tank, it's just great. So I've been pretty much using that primarily as my go-to printer. It prints faster. It is a newer model though, so I think I can't really blame the IP8720 for being a bit slower. For my cutting machines, I pretty much solely use my Caesar Juliet nowadays. Ever since I received it, I got it as a gift on my birthday back in April. I pretty much decommissioned or retired my Cricut Explore Air 2. I think I have a Cricut Explore Air 2, either that or just the regular Explore Air. I don't remember anymore, but yeah, ever since I received the Caesar Juliet, I have been pretty much using it all the time. I can trust it to not make miscuts, and I can just like walk away and I'll know that it will still cut everything accurately, even if the cut lines are very close to each other, which I couldn't do on my Cricut. I also have a video for that if you are interested in learning more about the Caesar Juliet. So for making stickers and sticker sheets, I used to pretty much use online labels, matte weatherproof sticker paper all the time, but it is just really expensive to pay for like 100 sheets. It's like $78, I think, with or without shipping. Meanwhile, on Amazon, you can get pretty comparable things that are not online labels branded, but at a fraction, like literally a third of the price. And since I've run out, I've been using other sticker paper. Initially, I had switched over from online labels to the QYH paper. You can also find that in a video I did a couple months ago doing a comparison between a bunch of sticker papers. I just put it in the online labels container for now because I think it's like a sturdy thing and it's less annoying than having to pull sticker paper out from like a thin folder. So this is currently the QYH paper that I use. However, I have found a lot of difficulty using it for sticker sheets. For some reason, every single time I try to get my Caesar Juliet to kiss cut the stickers, it will cut too deep, so it'll go beneath the adhesive layer and kind of pull part of the paper off when I'm trying to peel the stickers from the sticker sheet. And you guys might be like, oh, well, that's easy, just turn down the pressure. But it's actually, I don't know, it's very weird when I turn it down. So I went from 10, which is the usual blade pressure that I use for online labels. I had found that that didn't work with QYH. So I turned it down to like 8, and I turned it all the way as far as 6 for the blade pressure, and all the numbers 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 did not seem to cut through the sticker paper. It was either too shallow or just always too deep. And I decided I was really tired of it because I was getting a lot of seconds. I was wasting ink on top of that and wasting time, only to find that I was getting sticker sheets that were really hard to peel or you just couldn't peel at all. I decided to switch to the HTV Ront sticker paper. This is the one that I would say is most comparable to online labels that I've tried so far. A lot of people like Koala brand paper, but I've never tried it, so I don't have an opinion on that. But I would say out of all of the sticker papers that I've tested against the online labels, this one is the most comparable, and I think it's like 25 or 27 bucks on Amazon for like 100 sheets compared to online labels, which is like 78. I like this sticker paper a lot. When I switched from QYH sticker paper to HTV Ront to making sticker sheets, this was like super easy. It cut just like online labels, and I'm pretty convinced that it's the QYH paper that has been giving me a hard time, and it's not me or Caesar Juliet or like the blade being dull, because I've gone from like really light blade pressure to like heavier moderate blade pressure as to what I usually do for my online label sticker paper. And QYH is actually a much thicker paper, so I would assume that I would actually need to apply more pressure for it to make it kiss cut, but it's actually not. So now I just pretty much use this whenever I'm making die cut stickers. It's still a good sticker paper brand, but only if I'm making die cut stickers and I want the blade to just go right through everything. If it's sticker sheets, then I will use my HTV Ront sticker paper. So long story short, for die cut stickers, I'm using the QYH sticker paper. And then for sticker sheets, I'm going to be using the HTV Ront matte vinyl sticker paper. And on the side, I have this plain standard white matte paper from Online Labels. I think you could get it for like 13 to 15 bucks for 100 sheets. I just use this for making labels. So if I'm going to fix a sticker over like a packaging for one of my products, this is what I'm going to use it for. I also use it for return addresses. I'm pairing it with my Canon Maxify GX5020 with the pigment ink though, so I think that it shouldn't run. The ink shouldn't run even if it was exposed to water. But I'm using the plain sticker paper because I need to use it for something, otherwise it would be a waste. For my greeting card paper, my go-to is usually the Red River 60-pound polar white matte paper. Either that or the white matte plus is also really good. But recently I also discovered that Michaels sells this nice white cardstock. It comes in a pack of 100 that you can purchase, I think for like 16, 17 bucks. It's 110-pound weight cardstock and it feels really nice. And when I print on it as well, I think the colors look pretty good as well. I use this also for greeting cards more because I want to finish all of this up before I start a new batch of paper for greeting cards. But I also use the Nina paper when I make my own thank you cards as well as the coupons that I give in my orders. And my envelopes, I just get my envelopes from Amazon. It's like this 250 A2. And for my envelopes, I just get it from Amazon. I purchased this 250 count A2 white envelope. And for my notepad paper, I just use the Hammermill premium paper for inkjet and laser. It comes in a ream, so it's like 500 sheets in one. It's 24 pounds, so it is slightly thicker than regular printer paper, which I like, but not extremely thick. And my thermal label printer, I feel like is such a game changer. I do recommend that to anyone who is new to their business or starting out, if you can afford it, of course. It does eliminate all the time that you need to write out addresses and stuff, and just printing labels is just so easy, and it's a game changer, seriously. I got mine in 2021, so I don't know if the same exact model still exists, but it is a Munbin thermal label printer. It is more affordable than the Rollo or Dymo printer. So if you are looking for some kind of like entry-level thermal label printer, then I do recommend that. It hasn't hiccuped or broken once since I got it in 2021, and it's now been like over 3 years, so I think it's great. And as for my packaging supplies, I use a lot of cellophane bags. Nowadays, I tend to get them from AliExpress or Temu, but you can also find a lot of them on Amazon. Just type in the dimensions that you are looking for, and usually it'll come in like a pack of 50 or 100. I was able to buy like a pack of 500 to 1,000 off of AliExpress, which is why I prefer that. I maximize the unit cost, so it comes out to be even cheaper than what I get from Amazon. The bubble mailers that I have, I do get it from Amazon. I usually order in like a pack of 25 or 50 because I generally don't have that many orders that I'm constantly running out of like bubble mailers, and I get it in two sizes, 4x8 and 6x10. Usually my products all fit either in the 4x8 or the 6x10 bubble mailer. And I think the brands that I get vary. I just honestly look at the unit cost to see what is the cheapest while also looking the cutest. These are the current ones that I have. So this is my 4x8 bubble mailer that I use. I really like it. I don't remember the brand, but I will link
all of the things that I am using in the description below. And this is the 6x10 as well. It's like a baby pink. It's a light pastel pink and it says thank you on both sides. I don't really care for the fact that it says thank you, but it does add some dimension to it, I guess. And then the craft envelope, I actually have not run out of them since I got them when I started my business in 2020. And I also can't find the exact listing, so I'm going to put something down that is very similar to it. I think it came in like a pack of 200 or 250, but yeah, somehow I still have a little bit left from 2020. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it as far as the supplies go for making my products and packaging them. I think I'm gonna make a separate video for the supplies that I use at markets, as well as the supplies that I use to film and make YouTube videos and stuff like that. I don't want to make this video too long. Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your week. Stay tuned next week because I'm going to be filming when I get to adopt my pigeon and I set up my cage. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty fun and exciting. Thank you again for watching and I'll see you next week. Bye!